In this video, we're going to talk about welding tools. So to explain what welding tools do, it's basically very similar to what we talked about in bridge operation, is that we will need to connect, let's say, either edges or points that they go in a specific direction. So basically, we are going to use it mainly for redirection of our edges. So let's say that I would like to move this edge to this neighboring edge like this. I cannot simply use move operation because I will not actually connect the points together. To demonstrate that even more, if we add it to subdivision surface, you can see that the edge is still right here. Even though that it's looking that it's on top, actually it's not. So this is why we're going to use welding tools. And the first one on the list is going to be the actual weld tool. We're still going to cover stitch and sew and slide as well, because they're very, very similar in what they do. And actually welding and sliding, this is going to be very, very similar. So let's cover welding first. And for welding to work, you actually need to select 2 points that you want to weld together. It doesn't matter which direction, you simply need to select the 2 points. All right, now let's go and select the weld tool. And the first thing that you're going to notice is white point in the middle. And that simply means that if you click on the white point, it's going to weld right in the middle. If you click on the right side, it's going to weld on the right. And if you click on the left, it's going to weld on the left. And basically that is all. Now, if you would like to select multiple points, it's going to weld based on where the point is. So I can show you that as well. And let me hit spacebar because our previous operation was live selection. And again, with spacebar, you will just be able to switch between the last 2 operations. So let's now select 4 points this time, spacebar again, and now we have welding activated. So welding will now decide, do you want to weld it here? Do you want to weld it there? Or again, in the middle? So it's again going to be very, very similar thing. All right. Now, in combination with welding, you can do sliding. So sliding is going to be much faster if you do not need to weld multiple points like that. So in this case, you can just hold control and slide the points and they will weld together. And basically that is all. Just make sure that you hold control. And again, you can double check that. And let me just do it one more time. If you add subdivision surface and add a cube inside, you will see that you have one edge here. If, let's say, I just slide a point here without using control and add subdivision surface, this edge is still there. You can see that we have 2 edges there. So this is basically welding with slide tool. Now we have one more operation, and for that we're going to need to be in the edge mode. So let's select the cube, and I'm going to select, let's say, these 3 edges. Actually, let's select these 2. So basically I need to connect these 2 edges, and with the third operation, which is stitch and sew, we can now connect these edges either to the right side, to the left side, or in the middle. So again, it's just based on the edge selection. So if I push it like this, it's going to connect on the right. If I push it like this, it's going to connect on the left. If I hold control, it's going to connect both of them in the middle. On the other hand, if, for example, we have this area empty, this is something that we talked about in bridge tool. All right, just to make sure nothing is in the middle. So if I now do nothing, I can just connect these 2 points to the right or to the left side. Or again, if I hold control, they will be connected in the middle. But this time, if I hold shift, they will actually connect the mid part with the polygons. And basically, yeah, that is all that we're going to talk about here. So these are very, very basic tools, and in terms of modeling, this is mainly the way how we're going to use them. If something else comes up later, we're probably going to mention, but in most simple forms, this is how we're going to use welding tools in Cinema 4D. All right, so thank you very much for watching, and let's continue with the next video.